let's hear from Perm Gill again. That let's hear about her journey. How did she end up in Tracy, and how was that journey? So thank you, Perm.
Sure. Um, I've lived in Tracy for about 23 years now. Moved to Tracy from India. I am originally from Punjab. I should say Chandigarh. I've been born and brought up in Chandigarh, and I did my schooling and my MBA in marketing back in India. And I worked with a telecom company for about 5 years before I decided, I guess, get on the plane and get to States. So since then, I've been here. Me and my husband, Jiftesh Gill, we own local businesses in town. And, Tracy has been great for us. Lived here. It's a warm community from the very beginning since we've been here. Now it's a big town, 100,000 people, a little over 100,000, I think. But it was considered to be a small town when we moved here. And I have two boys. Both the boys were born here in Tracy, Ishan and Tejas Gill. And actually, my older one is 21, and he is finishing his degree from Haas Business School in Berkeley. And he will be starting his work in San Francisco Bay Area. And my younger one will be finishing up his degree from Wharton Business School in 2024. So that's it. That's me. We've lived here. We've enjoyed this city and been part of this city. Both the boys went to Tracy High School. Go Bulldogs. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad that you did mention that you actually had your education and did an MBA in marketing. And just to let you know, my audience, she's an entrepreneur as well. She's trying to play a little bit like low here, but no, she's been involved in many different things, and she's a very strong businesswoman as well. So let's just get a little bit more into it. Like I know for a fact she's involved in a Boys and Girls Club. She's involved in the Grand Theater Foundation, which is in downtown Tracy. She's a part of, I believe, Sunrise Rotary Club as well. And I don't even know. These are the three things that I know personally, but there could be more than that. So tell us about your involvement in the community to give back to our Tracy community, our San Joaquin County overall. What different organizations you're involved in, and what's your part in that?
So, I have lived and done. Me and my husband both do business in this space in all of Central Valley. We have businesses spread out in hospitality and retail. This is where we live, we thrive, we do our businesses. So it's important that we all give back to our communities whenever the time allows, the resources allow. That's always been my thought process. My parents haven't instilled that in me since we were growing up. My dad was big into, and my mom was big into giving back in their communities, and that's how it started. And my husband has been very generous with what we give back to our his village back home. And then we kind of got involved locally, and I would say it was when the kids were in school, I got involved. Then it's been about 10, 12 years that I've been part of different nonprofits. Boys and Girls Club was my start. I did start from different schools and volunteering my time there. But then when Boys and Girls Club opportunity came, and actually one of our very close friends, Sunil Patel, kind of talked to me, and then I got involved with that. I've been sitting on their board for quite some time now, and I just finished my stint as the president of the board chair last year. So it's been a very rewarding experience. I am actually currently the chair for the Grant Foundation, which is our local arts organization. Um, you know, I'm actually vice president for another organization out of Pleasanton. It's called Free Meals. We handle or tackle the food insecurity in our areas and do fundraisers for that. I've been part of Rotary organizations. I was part of the helping the kids when they were part of the human trafficking task force during their school times. The Bulldog Project, I was helping Miss T with different things. So anywhere where you can get involved with, because there's a lot you can give back to the communities where we live.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. That I think this is just such an exemplary thing that a lot of generation like me or other people, like you said, your son is almost 21 years. His friends, anybody who's watching, this is important to know that you can get involved in different things. And in your opinion, why is it important that you should? In your opinion, would you advise people to get involved? One reason you said your parenting from your parents was that way, to give back to the community, give back to the society. But as your own experience, what's your recommendation? What's your advice on that?
I think it's a very rewarding experience. First thing, not just for the person who's actually being part of the nonprofit, or giving back, or volunteering their time or anything, but even for when you see how it's affecting the other people. Let's say we see small stories out of Boys and Girls Club, and it's been kids has been my from the very beginning. I love to be involved in things, anything which helps the kids, because that's who the next generation is, our kids. How we mentor them, how we teach them, are we giving the right resources to them, are they able to grow well, or learn what they are supposed to learn. So it's not just for the person who's giving back, but it's when you see the other person being, they see that this is what's happening for them and somebody's doing it for them. It just becomes a legacy. They do it. And I've heard stories every time I go to different conferences or part of that thing gets instilled into you, then you give back. So it's a cycle. It's an amazing cycle that we all should be part of.
Great, great. No, I agree with you. I think it's a different learning experience. I think as a person, you grow when you hear other people's story, where their perspectives are, and then your opinion might be different before that. And when you hear different, um, same thing from a different background, it changes your perspective to do something better. There could be one idea, but there could multiple different ways to tackle that problem. So I think that's very important, and I agree with you. And second piece I wanted to mention on that, I mentioned about the Grand Theater Foundation that you're involved in, and I know personally what they do, but I think a lot of people in Tracy, maybe a lot of folks are moving right now as the town is growing pretty fast. What is this Grand Theater Foundation is? What kind of services do they offer? What it is, how somebody can know about it. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. I will actually talk about the Grand Foundation, and I've got you guys here. I will talk about the Boys and Girls Club in a little bit too again, what we do at the clubs. Grand Foundation, if you've seen, if you live in Tracy or surrounding areas, you've seen our beautiful gem in our town, our Grand Theater, smack in the middle of downtown. It's a beautiful theater. Anytime the acoustics are beautifully done. If you actually ask the artists, they love the way the acoustics are done in the theater. I had attended shows over there, a ton of different functions, but I kind of got deeply involved when they asked me to be one of the Dancing with the Stars in Tracy. You spend a lot of time with the folks who are part of the organization. You spend a lot of time in the theater, and I just fell in love with it. And that's when I joined the board. I got involved, and we, as the foundation, try to help the theater in any way. We try to, kind of fundraise and get, fundraise and get money for programs, art programs in the theater that are being offered, or we, support the other programs for seniors, and basically promoting art in our town and our community. That's the whole purpose of the foundation.
Okay, great. And you mentioned about the Dancing with the Star. I never attended that event, but I heard about it. Tell us your experience on that. If, so, like you said, you were being approached to be part of it. If there's any other community members or our audience that's listening to it, if they want to be part of that, what's how they can reach out, or what's the procedure?
So I guess you get nominated for it, and then
Okay.
one of the board members or somebody asks you, and it's your, if you want to be part of it. Some people feel that they can't dance. Some people feel they don't want to be on the stage. But hey, I was, I don't think anybody had to twist my arm. It was actually Mike Souza asked me that time. I still remember. And you get to work with such nice people on all of these organizations, giving back. It's a wonderful experience. Like on my Boys and Girls Club board, we have Dorlane, we have Linda, great staff, Kelly, and everybody. You know, Francis Mizuno, and I mean, you work with the best. And same on our board at Grant Foundation. I have Anne Langley, and it's if you've not seen a tour of the Grant by her, you you're missing out something. She knows the stories in and outs, how it was long time back, and how the Grant kind of got renovated and changed, and the process that went through it. So all of that, and Dancing with the Stars. Sorry, I got sidetracked. It's an amazing experience. For a week, you have to fundraise. It's basically a fundraiser for the grant, and it's the biggest fundraiser they do through the year, because they have 6 dancers that they pick, 3 females and 3 male every year, and they get asked. And once they've decided, they have to fundraise money. The top fundraiser gets an award, and then for a week, we kind of you know practice with an actual dance company that it's called the Utah Ballroom Dance Company, that the grant has been using for past 7 years. This will be our 8th year of doing the Dancing with the Stars, and I actually chaired that committee too. So we'll be starting to ask our different dancers, and then you dance. That final day is an amazing experience. I mean, I would, if you've not experienced it, it's a beautiful experience in our town.
I agree. It's great, and more we are talking, and more I get to know that, oh, I'm involved in this. I'm involved in this as well. So there's a lot more to come. And the very important point I want to emphasize on: if you want to be a part of the Dancing Star team, you need to get back. You need to get involved. That's how that's how you can get nominated. So there's another incentive. If somebody love dancing, somebody want to be part of that event, and that's actually the fundraiser. It's for the community. It's to give back and to make that theater available for the Tracy residents, for the San Joaquin county's resident, because it's just not for only for the city. Anybody can come and attend different events that they're doing through the year. Obviously right now pandemic might have changed the things, but I know for a fact before that they one time we were trying to do something, and I approached them, and they were booked through the year. So they are pretty busy, and it's a beautiful, beautiful theater. I believe the capacity is about 500 plus people can sit, and they have 2 floors. So it's wonderful. And you mentioned there's a tour. So if somebody wants to take a tour, is that something that somebody can go and request for it, or how does that work?
Just reach out to the foundation or reach out to Anne Cross, and we can arrange it for you. And
Okay.
it's happy to do that. Anne Langley, Anne and Terry have been great supporters. So local people, yeah, we will make it happen if anybody's looking for a tour.
Yeah, great, awesome. So if anybody wants to again know about it, feel free to reach out to Perm Gill, or you can directly reach out to the Grand Foundation Theater, which is located in Tracy downtown. Just go and ask them that, hey, you guys wanted to like to have a tour. And now let's move on to the next part. That, as Perm said, she would like to talk about Boys and Girls Club. And the Boys and Girls Club organization is such a huge organization. Pretty much in every city we see that, but I don't know how much everybody knows what their role and what do they do actually. So let's hear that from Perm.
Um, it's an amazing organization. It's a national organization. I am biased towards it. There are other organizations also nationally which do good work for the kids. But just because I am involved with this and I know this organization more, I can talk about this. Locally here, our CEO is Kelly Wilson. She does amazing work. Um, Testament is that what we did in the last 2 years, even through COVID, how we helped the kids. Um, Not everybody is very privileged to have resources to do things. So we at the club try our best to do whatever we can. And, there's, afternoon meal for the kids. And you don't want to talk about it sometimes, but there is food insecurity in our community. We live in Tracy. We sometimes feel that we don't have. And through COVID and what we have experienced, there's tremendous food insecurity. And wherever we can help, we do that. Right now, we have about our Boys and Girls Clubs in 8 schools. Before COVID, we were serving almost 800 kids every day. And right now we have an opportunity to actually, we'll be increasing our capacity. There's something coming out, and Kelly will be talking about it with the press and everybody. So yeah, that's what it is. And when you see and hear those stories about the kids, how their lives are being changed, that they change their thought about going to college or doing some vocational training, and how they are changing their lives to become better human beings, better citizens, it's very rewarding.
No, I agree. A lot of folks, I think they probably don't know like these sources are available. So I'm glad that you're mentioning them, and people are listening, they would know about it. And as you said, it's a national organization, and I pretty much see in every town the Boys and Girls Club. So they're doing a wonderful job. So hats off to you, and hats off to you as well, being part of that and giving your time and energy to give back and to make somebody's life beautiful and better. So God bless you. God bless everybody on that team as well. And now you also mentioned about you involved in Pleasanton on free meals on the wheel. Is that something similar to Boys and Girls Club, or that's something separate?
No, that's actually we just actually few of us got together and we thought about it, that there is a need, there is food insecurity. During couple 3 years back, we started fundraising for it, and we opened up our online platform where if you don't have a meal, you log on to our program, and you can actually have a hot meal you know sent to you, or either delivered if in the space. Like, we were serving Stockton, Lodi, Tracy, Pleasanton, Oakland, Dublin area, Livermore. We were serving all those areas, and wherever we had volunteers who could take the meal to their house, we did that. But otherwise, they can always pick up a meal from restaurants who participated with us. And I have to thank all those restaurants who actually participated, because it's not that we were paying a ton of money to them. They actually made special meals for us, which were healthy meals that could be picked up, a hot meal. So that's where it is. You can look it up. It's called freemeals.com, and anybody can sign up. We've
Okay.
even the person who heads this one, her name is Reena Jadhav, and we actually served meals in other states also. If somebody would log in and say that I don't have a meal for today, and we would do a DoorDash. That's what we did.
Well,
you know.
that's a wonderful idea. That's awesome. It's just not only helping the person who's in need, it's actually helping the business owners too, who owns a restaurant. Because I know in the last 2 years, it's badly impacted our restaurant industry. They have shortage of workers. They have shortage of a lot of different things. And you brought actually business to them as well for their survival. So it's just not, you're just helping one side of the story, but you're helping everybody in that chain. So I think that's an incredibly valuable idea that you did. But just a little bit on that more. So we have some folks, every town, like the homelessness is a huge issue in California. So you mentioned that anybody can order from there. Is there any like a store or in any location that somebody can reaches out that, hey, I don't have phone, I don't have any internet access, and I'm in need for that? How does that work?
It's actually interesting. Everybody has a phone these days, and we had a lot of people, and they would actually go pick up. If they didn't have a space, they would pick a restaurant which is right around them, walking distance, and they would go pick up food from there.
Okay, good to know. That's awesome, and I'm glad. And it's still serving in Tracy as well, or just in Pleasanton?
Yes, it is. It's open.
Okay. So the website is open, and you said it's a freemeal.com. So anyone who's listening, if you know any family, any friend, or anybody in your neighborhood who is in the need, please do Google freemeal.com, and you, as Perm said, you will have that service delivered, or somebody can go and pick it up. No questions would be asked as well. So that's a wonderful idea. I think this is pretty much it. And I just want at the end to conclude this, I just wanted to know what message as Female of the Year nominee, the message that you would like to give to the audience?
I'm honored that I was nominated and I was picked, and Chamber does a wonderful job. My son got an award about 3 years back through the Chamber as Emerging Youth of the Year, and I've been participating in different because a lot of my friends have been nominated and being part of it. So I'm thrilled and excited and thankful and honored. It's a great list of people that you join for this, all my peers. And it's interesting this year, if you go through the awardees, and we were sitting that day at the chamber, you know, around the table, and you feel that it's a community of giving back. I mean, everybody who was around the table is people who participate in a big way in our town and give back. And whenever there's a need, you ask, you make an ask, and it's taken care of. Somebody stands up and takes charge and gets things done. So that's what I feel about our community. I love Tracy. I love being part of it, and the Chamber has done an awesome job. Chamber is growing. I would just say anybody else who's listening, if you're a small business owner, big business owner, come join the Chamber. It's a great networking space.
Great. Thank you so much, Param, for your time as well. And I'm actually honored to know that you were involved in so much. You are actually setting the examples for a lot of folks through the community that how they need to be involved and how different things that you have been doing. It just is such a great examples. And I wish you a best of luck and keep doing what you're doing. And thanks again for your time, and God bless everyone. And we will be back with you with our new guests with our different topic. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful Friday and great weekend ahead of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Raj. Thank you so much. You do a wonderful job on this platform. Awesome.
Thank you.